What's up, guys? This is going to be my first YouTube video here. I'm Chris Lanzilli. I'm a former professional baseball player turned vibe coder. So I kind of wanted to show off one of my first successful apps. I'm really excited. I'm going to show this one off and let me know if you're interested. It's not in the App Store yet. Right now it's a web app. I'm just currently in the stages of, well, as you can see, it's a stock app. So this is fully, integrated with a number of APIs that would do its best, I guess, to give you the best market advice. But I have not released it to any actual users yet. This is just for friends and family so far to make sure everything's perfect before I release it to the public. But I am going to open up a waitlist for it soon because it's had a ton of success. Everybody that's using it is having a lot of luck on the stock market, so definitely think it's damn near ready, and I'm going to show you guys just a little bit of what it does. So the home screen here, this is feature number 1. So we got the chat part and then we get the market part. I'll show you the market part after. Chat part does a lot of the heavy lifting here, and it's integrated with all the other features. So obviously we got the ticker up here. My account here is only watching SMR, so I got that on my watch list. I got nothing in my portfolio. I probably should have added some stocks in my portfolio before I did this, but too late for that. So I'll just show you a little bit of how this part works. This is an AI. So I'll introduce the app first. It's called Stockman AI. It's basically it's got a knowledge base and a number of APIs connected to make it basically your 24/7 stock assistant. It watches the market 24, or I guess only 9 to 5, and then follows the news 24/7. Anything that could affect your stocks, it is on top of 24/7, and it's able to notify you, hey, this just happened with this stock that you're invested in, giving you kind of updates on whether it's positive or negative news. Consider selling this, consider buying more of this, whatever. So it's a really good resource, and I'll just briefly tell you why I created this. So I have an uncle that used ChatGPT to turn like 150K into 700K by basically following news in the market. He was getting updates every like Monday morning or something, and then every Wednesday morning. And it was keeping up to date with all the stocks that he was in and all the stocks that they suggested for him. He learned how to use the task feature for ChatGPT, so that was very valuable. So I decided to build Stockman, which is the ChatGPT feature on steroids. So my own AI app. So I'll just ask it some basic questions to show you how it functions right now, and then I'm not going to be able to show you the Talk to Stockman feature. It's integrated with ElevenLabs, so I don't know if Loom will show off the voice. That might be a video for another time. And it's got a simple voice to text. I will say the voice feature, Talk to Stockman, is really awesome. If you guys have seen ElevenLabs voices and used them, insane. They're as close to human voices as you can get. It's the best in the market, and you can basically just talk to, I guess, the stock that's on my watch list, SMR. Update. So, update me on SMR stock, please. What's the latest? Should I sell? So, here we go. We got an answer already. How can I move myself? So it looks a little messy to start off, but it organizes itself once the answer is completed. We'll wait on that. Here we go. So this is just an example of an answer it can give you. It's, like I said, it's live data. It's connected to a lot of different sources. I think it's connected to 15 different sources. So the beauty of this is, if you're invested in the stock market, usually people just look at 1 or 2 sources, and it says buy or sell, and they trust those sources. This is connected to 15 different sources, and it's built in a knowledge base that is damn near like a financial analyst. I'm not going to say that because, we're not giving out finance advice, but it gives good suggestions. It gives, I mean, not suggestions, it gives good, info, I guess. It gives you all the info you need, so you don't have to do any research on your own. So here's what we got. Here we go. Power struggle, why big tech is buying nuclear stocks. Motley Fool article. So here's a cool feature of Stockman. It gives a Stockman score for each stock that you ask, so that, it's got a whole algorithm for that. I'm not going to be able to explain that part, but it's generally does a really good job on kind of giving you a grasp to understand what it thinks of each stock. So I guess it kind of thinks this is an average stock. I guess 50 out of 100 is like, I guess, a hold. So some of the, I'm not sure if it has recent news. So here's why it says, should you or your dad sell? I guess I'll get into this now. So in the settings part, we have light mode, dark mode. In the settings, we have a memory. So I've built in a memory just like how a ChatGPT would have, or any of that. These are just like random examples. I was just testing to see if it works. You can edit the memory, do anything you want with it really, delete it, but it's an important feature because every time you use this chat feature, it's going to remember you, just like how a real human would, how a real financial analyst would. And so I think one of the first conversations I had with it, I was like, what should my dad invest in? Because my dad likes to invest in the stock market. And so it knows, I guess, what he's invested in. He has a little bit of SMR. Also, I think I've explained this already basically, but just to reiterate it, any recent news or, daily meetings or news that might go on, it'll send alerts to your phone just to keep you updated before, hopefully the market turns on you. So there's a little bit of what it does with the chat feature. Let me see if I missed out on anything over here. So you can start a new chat like I showed you before, light mode, dark mode. It's got a little, fun feature to show you how many days in a row you've visited this. I think I implemented that 5 days ago, so I'm on a 5-day streak. Woohoo. So we'll go to the market feature now. So I'm not invested in anything right now. So in terms of the portfolio coach, it's not going to give me any insights, but when you do invest in something, it gives you great insights on this. You can just click check portfolio and it'll do all that. Similar with trade alerts, I'm not invested in anything, so it's not giving me any alerts. Practice trading. Let me put this on pause. So here's practice trading, paper trading and other apps. I just made it a little more clear what it is. You can trade with $100,000 fake money. Not actually trade, obviously, just kind of, if you want to utilize the chat feature to see if it actually gives good advice, if you want to start using fake money first, you can absolutely do that. So that's a good feature in here. AI trade ideas is another cool feature. You can just generate ideas right here and it'll give you some good stuff. We got the economic calendar built in. So that's events that move markets between 1% and 5%, or up more probably. So here we got that. We got upcoming earnings. Obviously, like I said, I'm not invested in anything right now, so it doesn't have anything in there for me. Fear and greed index. So CNN's market sentiment gauge, contrarian indicator is a 66 right now. So it's another cool feature. We got a couple basic features scrolling down here, but as I get towards the bottom, some of the really, really cool features come out, such as trending on Reddit. I think you guys have all seen there's some good stuff on Reddit, especially for stocks. I remember just for whatever reason, I threw $20 in Dogecoin back in like 2019, and I forgot it was there. And I guess a bunch of Reddit people pumped it up, and it ended up going from $20 to like $4,000 because it was well below $1 or well below a cent when I invested in it, and then it got above $1. So if another thing like that happens, we got this feature built in, so it's could be a great tool, could never benefit you, but in that once in a lifetime that it does benefit you, you're gonna be rolling. Then we get Congress trading. So this is also a feature that a number of other apps have implemented, I believe. So it just tells you what politicians are trading what. This lady's trading quite a bit. So the only down part about Congress trading and on any app is, they must disclose within 45 days. So it's not always immediate, but it is, good stuff. I guess Julia Letlow, whoever that is trading quite a bit. So yeah, there's a little bit of that. And then we just got market news here. Seems like a good day today. But yeah, love for some more users to, give me some feedback on this. I'll dish out accounts right now. It's going to be really cheap to start off, but then once I release it to the public, it's going to be cheap, but it's not going to be free anymore because there's some overhead with it. So yeah, this is Stockman AI, and I'm going to leave a little bit of my information in the comment or in the whatever. This is my first time using YouTube, so if it's the summary section or whatever, anybody interested, please let me know. I'd love to get some people on here to, trade for themselves and get some feedback. Thanks again. My name is Chris Lanzilli. I look forward to starting to build this channel.